Fujifilm's entire roadmap for the next 2 years just leaked online. And what I'm about to show you could completely change your camera buying plans forever. I'm talking about 5 cameras that insiders say will rewrite everything you think you know about APS-C photography. And here's the twist nobody saw coming. One of these cameras is bringing back the optical viewfinder everyone thought Fujifilm had abandoned forever. If you blink, you might miss the most important camera announcement of the decade. Before we start, if you want more exclusive leaks, top 10 camera breakdowns, and honest camera comparisons before anyone else talks about them, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. So let's start with number 5. And trust me, even this one is going to blow your mind. The Fujifilm X-T6 is coming in mid-2026, and leaked documents reveal it's packing a 40-megapixel sensor with an 80-megapixel crop mode. Think about that for a second. You're out shooting wildlife, you nail the shot, but you wish you'd zoomed in just a little more. With the X-T6, you don't need to crop and post, and you're still sitting on 80 megapixels of gorgeous detail. That's more resolution than most full-frame cameras. But resolution is just the beginning. According to insider sources, this camera will have 8-stop in-body stabilization. That means you can shoot handheld at a quarter of a second, maybe even half a second, and still walk away with tack-sharp images. Imagine shooting inside a dimly lit cathedral at sunset. No tripod, just you and the camera. And the image comes out clean and crisp like you were locked down on a tripod. That's the promise here. The X-T6 isn't just about stills, though. Leaked specs confirm it'll record 8K at 60 frames per second with internal ProRes support. For filmmakers, that's huge. You're getting cinema-grade codecs without needing an external recorder dangling off your rig. The new X Processor 6 supposedly pushes autofocus accuracy up to 90% with subject detection that can track eyes, faces, animals, and vehicles. You point, you shoot, the camera does the thinking. Dual card slots with CF Express support mean you're not waiting around for files to write. Weather-sealed magnesium body means you can take this thing into a rainstorm and not think twice. The price? Insider sources estimate $17.99 for the body. That's aggressive. That's competitive. That's Fujifilm saying they want your money before Sony and Canon get it. Expected release is somewhere between May and July 2026. But if you thought that was crazy, wait till you see what Fuji's doing next. Number 4 is where things get serious. The Fujifilm X-H3 is expected to launch between June and September 2026, and this is the camera that's going to make video shooters forget about full frame entirely. We're talking about an 80-megapixel stacked sensor. That means zero blackout during bursts, lightning-fast readout speeds, and something almost unheard of in APS-C, global shutter effects. Rolling shutter has been the enemy of fast-moving action for years. Whip pans, quick camera movements, fast subjects, they all turn into jelly on most sensors, but a stacked sensor eliminates that. Your footage stays sharp and clean no matter how chaotic the scene gets. Now here's where it gets wild. Leaked documentation shows the X-H3 will shoot 8K at 120 frames per second in RAW. You could shoot an entire action sequence, slow it down to a crawl and post, and every frame would be cinema quality. The level of creative control that gives you is unreal. And if the camera gets hot? According to the leaks, there's an optional active cooling fan. Professional shooters know heat is the silent killer of long video takes. Fujifilm knows it too, and they're solving it. 7-stop IBIS keeps your handheld footage buttery smooth. Modular vertical grip with an integrated battery means you can shoot all day without swapping cells. Dual CF Express. Type B slots handle those massive 8K files without breaking a sweat. Pro audio inputs with XLR adapter support mean you're capturing sound at the same level as your visuals. Trusted sources estimate the price at $21.99 for the body or $24.99 for the higher spec stacked sensor variant. Is that expensive? Maybe. But compare it to what Sony and Canon are charging for their flagship video cameras, and suddenly it looks like a bargain. This is a cinema camera disguised as a mirrorless body. Wait, this next one changes everything you know about Fujifilm. Number 3 brings us to the Fujifilm X-Pro4, And this is the camera that delivers on that promise I made at the beginning. Remember when I said one of these cameras is bringing back a legendary feature everyone thought was dead? This is it. According to leaked specs, the X-Pro4 is keeping the hybrid optical and electronic viewfinder alive. In a world where every camera company has gone full electronic, where optical viewfinders have been labeled obsolete and left to die, Fujifilm is doubling down on what made photographers fall in love with cameras in the first place. That pure, unfiltered optical view of the world. No lag, no pixels, just light passing through glass directly to your eye. It's the same magic you got from film rangefinders, and Fujifilm refuses to let it disappear. The X-Pro line has always been the soul of Fujifilm. It's the rangefinder-inspired street photographer's dream, the camera that feels like a love letter to film photography. And leaked documents reveal the X-Pro4 will arrive between February and April 2026, with specs that honor that legacy while dragging it into the future. 40-megapixel X-Trans 6 sensor with a rotated color filter array for finer color detail. That means your reds are richer, your blues are deeper, your greens are more alive. Colors that make you feel something when you look at the image. The hybrid viewfinder is getting major upgrades too. Brighter overlays, digital rangefinder framing lines that make manual focus feel effortless. It's like having a classic Leica M with all the benefits of modern technology. But here's the part that'll make film shooters weep with joy. Insider sources confirm the X-Pro4 will have a dedicated film simulation dial with over 16 modes, including a brand new simulation called Reala Ace. If you've been shooting Fujifilm, you know their film simulations are legendary. Velvia for those punchy, saturated landscapes. Classic Chrome for moody, desaturated street work. Pro Neg for soft, natural skin tones. Now imagine having instant access to all of them plus new ones, right on a physical dial. No menus, no diving through settings. Just turn the dial and watch your entire aesthetic shift in real time. That's the kind of tactile, emotional connection that makes photography fun again. Improved weather sealing means you can take this camera anywhere. Compact titanium body under 500 grams means it disappears in your hands. This is a camera you'll want to carry every single day. And for video shooters, leaked specs show 6.2K open gate recording at 30 frames per second. Not the specs monster that the X-H3 is, but enough to keep you covered. Bluetooth 5.0 for seamless app integration, and GPS tagging means every photo knows exactly where it was born. Insider sources estimate the price at $1899. Expected release is early 2026. This is the photographer's camera, the one that proves specs aren't everything. Sometimes soul matters more, but that's not the real shock. It's what comes next. Number 2 is the Fujifilm X-S30, and this one's been flying under the radar. Expected to drop between April and June 2027, the X-S30 is Fujifilm's answer to hybrid shooters who want something smaller than the X-H3, but more powerful than the X-S20. Leaked documentation reveals a 40-megapixel stacked X-Trans 6 sensor option that gives you that zero blackout shooting experience. 6K at 60 frames per second in open gate mode with internal ProRes means you're getting professional video specs without the bulk. 7-stop IBIS keeps everything smooth. Vertical grip compatibility means you can scale up when you need to. Dual card slots with SD and CFX press options mean you're covered no matter what workflow you're running. Waveform tools for proper exposure monitoring. X processor 6, pushing 30 frames per second bursts. According to insider sources, this camera will be priced at $1499 body only. That's insane value for what you're getting. It's basically the X-H3's little sibling, but with 90% of the power at 60% of the price. If you're a content creator, a YouTuber, a wedding videographer on a budget, this might be your perfect camera. But here's the thing. As incredible as all these cameras are, none of them compare to what's coming at number 1. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to understand why this entire video exists. The Fujifilm X100VII, expected November to December 2027. And this is the one that's going to break the internet all over again. You remember the X100VI? The camera that sold out instantly? The camera that had wait lists stretching 6 months? The camera that became a cultural phenomenon, showing up in the hands of celebrities, street photographers, travelers, and TikTok creators? The camera that single-handedly proved compact cameras aren't dead? Well, Fujifilm is doing it again, and the leaks say they're going even harder this time. Leaked specs reveal a 40-megapixel APS-C X-Trans 6 sensor with accelerated readout. That means faster processing, cleaner images, less noise in low light. And here's where it gets even better. According to trusted sources, the X100VII is keeping that hybrid optical and electronic viewfinder. Just like the X-Pro4, Fujifilm is refusing to kill the optical viewfinder experience. You get that pure, direct view of the world when you want it, and the electronic viewfinder when you need focus peaking or exposure preview. Enhanced parallax correction makes the optical viewfinder more accurate than ever. It's the best of both worlds in a compact body that fits in your jacket pocket. Leaked documentation confirms 6.2K video at 30 frames per second. 7. Stop in-body stabilization in a compact body. And that fixed 23mm f2 lens with a built-in ND filter? Still there, still perfect. Still the ideal focal length for everyday life. But here's the new twist. Insider sources reveal the X100VII will have a weather-sealed body. The X100 series has never been weather-sealed before. This changes everything. Now you can take this camera into rain, snow, dust, sand, anywhere your creativity leads you. And there's a new film simulation called Velvia 2026. Nobody knows exactly what it does yet, but if it's anything like the classic Velvia we know and love, expect colors so vivid they hurt. Dual UHS-2 SD card slots mean redundancy and peace of mind. 3-inch tilting touchscreen for vlogging and low-angle shots. Trusted sources estimate this camera at $1,599. For context, the X100VI launched at $1,599 too, and people still bought it like it was the last camera on Earth. The X100VII is going to be even harder to find. If you want one, you'd better be ready to hit that pre-order button the second it goes live because these are going to vanish. Now you know why you can't ignore what's coming from Fujifilm. These 5 cameras aren't just incremental updates, they're statements. They're Fujifilm saying we're not playing it safe anymore. We're pushing sensors, we're pushing video specs, we're pushing design, and we're doing it all while keeping that soul, that color science, that film heritage that makes Fujifilm special. While other brands abandon optical viewfinders and physical controls, Fujifilm is keeping them alive because they know photography is about more than just specs. It's about the connection between you and your camera. Whether you're a still shooter who wants the X-T6 or X-Pro4, a video creator who needs the X-H3 or X-S30, or someone who just wants the perfect everyday camera in the X100VII, Fujifilm's got you covered. And if you want to see the most shocking top 10 rumored cameras for 2026, click on this video right here. It'll blow your mind.